Well, if it's going to be, it's up to me to fulfill my dreams and possibilities with dedication and motivation to inspire thousands from all nations. When times are tough and breaks you down, just smile with toughness and rebuild from the ground. During tough times, adversity is a lot. Just remember, time flies, but you are the pilot. What's going on, folks? Good to see you guys. Got to make sure I'm straightened up here. As soon as I sit down, seems like everything want to crunch up for some reason. Get my hair out of the way. My hair going. I'm gonna have to clip it again soon. Shorten it up a little bit. I'm not a fan of having it all long and down the back and all that good stuff. Folks, happy Monday to you guys. We finally got on task to our Monday Motivational Power Talk. This is our Monday Motivational Power Talk. Your host, Jay Hunter Lee. That's me. Welcoming you guys to come in, have a little conversation this evening. We try to do these every Monday. I got a busy schedule, folks, and sometimes I might miss you. So I try to make it up during the week, one day during the week. But I'm going to try to see if I can try to squeeze in some time where I can have, get my stuff straight. My collar not straight. Is it straight? There we go. Try to squeeze in some time where I can try to get at least 2 or 3 days out of the week with you guys to have some conversations. I'm really glad that you're here. Do have something we want to have a discussion with. This conversation I'm bringing to you is based off of some experiences my queen and I have had, and I have had, on my own, and I think it's important that I share this conversation with you guys. I don't want to talk about the experience per se, but I want to give you guys synopsis of what I'm saying and why this topic is important for everybody. I don't care what background you have. I don't care what race you are. Don't care what religion you follow. I don't care what political party you follow. I don't care about any of that, because the natural laws of the universe applies to everyone, regardless if you believe in them or not. They apply to your life. So we're going to talk about this. My drink for this evening is my strawberry kiwi drink I got from Aldi's. You guys know I'm a big Aldi's fan. I love Aldi's, right? And of course, you see I'm drinking out of my Starship glass I got from the dinner cruise Starship right across the bridge over in Tampa. Had a great time there. That was last year. I still have this glass, so I drink out of it a lot. I want to give a hello. Don't know who you are. It says Facebook user. I don't know why it does that, but it comes up as Facebook user. But I want to thank you anyway for coming through. You will have to share your name so that I know who you are, that I can address you properly and not call you Facebook user. All right. I really appreciate it. So I don't know who you are. And I do one of the Club Elite glasses. Okay, this is somebody from back in the day. From back in the day. You say Club Elite. Wow, that was like late 90s, early 2000s, up in DC, up in the Maryland, off of Brinkley Road, up in DC, just out of DC in the Oxon Hill, or Temple Hills, I think. One of those two. Temple Hills, I think. Club Elite. If that's what you're speaking of, Club Elite, wow. It's been a long time since I've been there. Unless you're coming out of the Tampa Bay Friends and Event group, because I do share this video. This video does go live there as well. So I don't know if you're in that group, but if you're commenting from that group, it does show up as Facebook user as well. So not sure. But if would like to have your name, so I would not, call you Facebook user. I wouldn't want to address you by that. I want to, out of respect, would like to address you by your name. So thank you for stopping in. Thank you for commenting as well. I want to give a shout out to all of my friends overseas who was probably watching this video from my J Hunter Lee business page. That page has over 13,000 followers from all over the world, down in Fiji, Belize, over across the Atlantic, over into the UK. You have people in Bangladesh, Bangalore, India, Nigeria, Ghana, Guinea as well, Ivory Coast, I believe. So that is, I had a feeling Club Elite, that's my girl Phyllis. Phyllis Smith. That's my homie right there. Thank you, Phyllis Smith, for coming through. Phyllis is my homegirl for life. And don't forget, my queen is in here too, folks. Queen Tina Lee. Good to see you. Queen Tina Lee, that's my queen right there, folks. And let me give you a quick shout out for Phyllis. Hey, what's up, Erica Spotford? That's my girl, Erica Spotford, hanging out over in Tampa. And Phyllis is in the DMV, but she also has a place here in Orlando, so she hangs out as well. And and we gotta talk. I gotta give a shout out to let me see who this is. I'm gonna say Nuke. I believe that's what that is. Nuke Superman. Special hello to you. Nuke is watching from the platform called Twitch, which I was going to mention as well. Those of you who are familiar with Twitch, go to twitch.com or download the Twitch app, and you can follow me on Twitch as well. I'm on Twitch also. You can there are a lot of good content out on Twitch. There's a lot. I mean, just like YouTube, Twitch has a lot of heavy stuff out there. So this is some stuff that you're going to find on Twitch, information wise, that you're not going to find on the mainstream media. Not only that you're not going to find on mainstream media, but the mainstream media is keeping from the people. So make sure you guys check out Twitch. Special hello to all of you. Really appreciate you guys stopping in. Folks, again, don't forget, I do have a special announcement coming soon. It's going to be big, and it's going to involve a lot of you guys. So stay tuned. It's coming. It's something is in the works. It's coming real big. So just stay tuned, folks. I'll let you guys know what it is once everything is cleared with what I have to do. And, you know, we're going to be on fire. So let's talk to this. Let's get into this conversation, folks. Let's get into this conversation, if you will. Folks, as I mentioned, you know, if you guys see the topic, why jealousy will destroy your future. Why jealousy will destroy your future. You guys saw, you see that I put that as a title. Listen, folks. You guys already said a lot. Oh, I got a lot of haters. You know, I mean, who don't have haters? But I'm talking about jealousy. Haters, someone is just going to just say, hey, a hater is a person who's going to try to compete with you. And they'll try to savage or handicap you to try to have their up on you. Jealousy, though, is when a person, they can't handle you. They can't hang with you. So they're just going to just show you their envy off the break. I kind of cite, they're very similar. But the difference is when you have a hater is going to try to challenge what you're doing. So you can't really call these people jealous. Jealous people, they can't do anything about you. Haters will try to do something about you. Prime example. You got a new car. Hypothetical. You have a new car. You got some haters in the neighborhood who try to get a new car to try to, you know, compete with your new car, and you ain't competing with them. You don't have them on your mind as to why, you know, of competition or anything like that. Then you get rims on your car. They want to try to get rims too. That's people who are hate. Those are haters. They'll talk about you. They'll try to exploit you to a mass amount of people, but they actually drawing attention to you. You understand what I'm saying, folks? They're actually drawing attention to you, to the people that they're talking to about you. And then those people come to your aid. I mean, not your aid, they come. Now you got those people's attention. And then those people is like, this person really got some shit going on. This guy telling me about this person is hating on them then. He's hating on them. So guys, I've had guys who were haters, who have badmouthed me. Listen to this, folks. Folks, is it me or is it my collar don't look like it's straight? Oh, there we go. There we go. Now, back to what I was saying. I've had guys who have badmouthed me to their girlfriends, right? And their girlfriend started having interest in me. Phyllis, I know what time it is. You got to understand, this is part of the uniform. So when I'm coming to you guys, when I'm talking live to you, this is really part of my uniform. The other night I was talking, I wasn't suited and booted. So I was out of uniform. That was a special podcast. I didn't want to be suited and booted for that because it was a last minute thing to come to you guys. But, as a speaker, when I'm on stage, when I'm speaking to people, I like to be presentable. So that's how I rock and roll. It's like you dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And one day I'm going to talk about being suited and booted again for the guys, because men are not dressing up anymore. We need to be back in our suits. We need to be more presentable to the ladies. We need to be more presentable to the workplace, to the business. We got to represent our professionalism. So back to what I was saying. So, that's hating. Okay. Jealousy, I think, is a little bit more dangerous. I've seen people lose their lives behind, jealousy. Jealousy. So now, whether it's hating or jealousy, they both carry the same negative energy. That's just to put that out there. But I want to talk about jealousy and why it would destroy your future. When you have so much attention on someone else and what they are accomplishing, what the success that they have, even if they don't have a lot of success, people would be jealous of that. So let's just start. Let me start by telling you guys, listen, we were all put on this earth for a purpose. Mark Twain said, and I quoted this morning, Mark Twain said, 2 of the most important days of your life is the day you were born and the day you find out why. You have the masses of people live their entire life without finding out what their purpose is. Why are they here? What is their calling? John C. Maxwell once said, you can always retire from your career, but you can never retire from your calling. Your calling is a duty upon you from the cradle to the grave. Are there going to be challenges along the way? Hell yeah, of course there are going to be challenges along the way. But it's your calling. You need to tend to it. Your calling is ringing the phone. You need to answer it. So when I say this, folks, there are people who have found their purpose and they're thriving because we were not meant to survive. We were meant to thrive. You have a lot of people who stay in survival mode. They're not in survival mode because of their not know-how or lack of know-how. A lot of people are in survival mode because they don't seek their purpose. They're too busy talking bad about other people in their purpose. Talking bad about other people in their purpose and leaving their own purpose alone. if you're gonna be a jealous-hearted person, guess what's gonna happen, folks? The universe will keep giving you more things to be jealous about. Because the universe operates on two things: energy and frequency. So it's going to keep feeding you more things to be jealous about. Just like if you allow things to distract you, the universe will continue to give you more things that's going to distract you. I just said last week, if you're grateful, be grateful for what you have, and the universe will give you more things to be grateful for. Remember, I said that last week in terms of attitude of gratitude? Check out that podcast from last week. Same difference, folks. The universe does not change. The universe is consistent. It's consistent with the change that comes with the consistency. So a person who's a jealous-hearted person will always get things that's going to make them jealous. That's a fact. That's a fact. There's no way around it. It's a fact. So the point here, folks, is when did you cut yourself from these people? Now, I'm not saying every time somebody's jealous, just disassociate yourself, man, because if you do that, you hardly have anybody that you associate with. But the level of jealousy can get so thick. A person can be so jealous, it could be so thick in the air, they wouldn't even have to open their mouth to show you that they're jealous. How many of you have seen people like that? They are so jealous. The jealousy in them is so severe that they don't even have to open their mouth for you to know that they're jealous. Those are the type of people you really need to get away from. And let me tell you the people who are borderline at that level. The people who are borderline at that level are the ones that are trying to make slick remarks, slick diss. I call it slick dissing. Making little slick diss remarks in a form of a joke. They tell you how they feel in a joke. When you get around people who does that, now you got your eyebrow up. And just because now the person like myself, just because I don't say anything doesn't mean I don't know. I know your ass jealous. But let me tell you what I do. And I'm not suggesting you do, everybody else do this. But when I sense that, let me tell you what I do, folks. Now, again, I'm not suggesting that y'all do this. But when you show me you have a jealous heart, and that jealousy is towards me, now I'm starting to have fun with your ass. I'm going to purposely do shit that I know that's going to make you jealous. That's just how petty. I don't get petty like that. See, a lot of jealous people, they do what is called grandstanding. You guys know what grandstanding is? If you don't know what that is, look that up. I'll try to give you a little brief on it, what grandstanding is. I'm going to give you a little brief of grandstanding. Say you out with your girls, ladies, or fellas, let me just put it this way. Fellas, you're out with your guys. You're out with the fellas. And you got one fella who may see that there are other women eyeing you, or other women might be attracted to you. A guy knows when a woman is attracted to another guy. He knows it right off the break. He sees it the moment the women approach or when the men approach, he sees it. A man, or if a group of guys together, they automatically see. They're gonna see it right from the jump, ladies. Which one of the guys y'all are interested in, and that normally is the loudest one, and it's called grandstanding. He wants to be heard. He wants to be seen. He wants to try to impress the ladies and make them think that he's the gentleman out of the group. You guys understand what I'm saying? He wants the ladies to know that he's the gentleman out of the group. So what he'll do is what is called grandstanding. Here's an example of grandstanding. Hey man, you see the ladies coming up, man. Go ahead, grab a chair, man. Get the ladies a chair to pull up. Hey man, go get a lady a drink. Why don't you go buy the ladies a drink, man? Oh, motherfucker, won't you buy them a drink? Since you came up with the idea, you spend your money on them. So folks, that's called grandstanding. Trying to make himself to be the more gentleman out of the group. That ain't your friend, folks. That's an associate. Don't ever call somebody like that your friend. That's a jealous individual. Jealous people love to grandstand. That's what they do. They can't. Then they're not on your level. So that is how they try to get on your level, by grandstanding. So you got to be careful of these people. To me, it doesn't even matter. I don't be out in public trying to holler, make my way all at the women like that anyway. I don't do that. But do you have guys that do that? And a woman be attracted to me and I ain't even open my mouth. My etiquette and my swag did that. And no, I'm not bragging. I'm not patting myself. You know, I am bragging. You know, okay, I'm bragging. I have swag. I have table etiquette. I know how to address to the occasion. I speak well. I know how to carry a conversation. I'm bragging. But then you have guys that don't have that. So they try to do other things to make themselves important. And that thing is called grandstanding. And they want to be loud about it. They want everybody else to hear that they're telling you how to be a gentleman. That's the most funniest shit ever. I normally don't call people out when they do it. I'm not the one to try to embarrass people in front of people, because what they're doing is embarrassing themselves. Okay. Erica said, give her another example of grandstanding. Let's say we're at an event, right? Erica, here's another example. You see some guys at an event, a picnic, right? You at a picnic and ladies there, guys are there. Let's say the picnic is almost over. And it's time to start to put things away. You're going to find there's always going to be one guy. Pay attention to this next time you at a picnic. Ladies, guys too, you're going to see this. Y'all start paying attention when y'all are out with groups of people. Start paying attention to this. You're going to be out at the picnic, time to, start to shut things down in the picnic. So it's almost time to go, right? So here's what happened. You're going to have, as y'all putting things together, putting things up, there's going to be one guy who wants to prove that he has more work ethic than the other guys. Sometimes he might try to open his mouth and say, hey, man, grab that over there, man. Help him over there. Like he's trying to direct. He wants to show y'all that he is above the other guys that are out there. Ladies, a group of ladies. I can't give much of an example of lady because I'm not out in a ladies groups. I'm a man. I'd be out with the fellas at times. But there's a guy who always do that. Hey man, go ahead buy the woman a drink. He want if he was really a friend, and I was in a position where I told somebody this before, but this is how I told them. Say, hey, let me holler at you. I said, Shorty, I think she kind of digging you, man. You might want to, see what's up with her or go buy a drink or something. I pulled him aside and did it. That was a relative of mine. I did that back before I moved from DC. But when you got a guy that's going to be loud, hey man, go ahead buy the woman a drink. That's your jealous one out the group. It's going to show up, ladies, guys. It's going to show up. Just pay attention to it. It's going to show up. And he does that because he's the least attractive one out the group, or at least the least attention one, the one the women would give the least attention to. So pay attention to that. You have people who live their entire life trying to compete or try to have one up on somebody. That shit is stupid, man. It's stupid. Pay attention to that, y'all. Because jealous people are the ones that be doing the grandstanding. Pay attention to it. And the best response to that is no response at all. You don't have to. Because the fact that this person do that, especially if they do it to me, and the moment they try to do that shit to me, guess what's going to happen? My swag goes up another notch. It goes up another notch. I don't need to buy a woman a drink. Am I a gentleman to do that? Of course I am. But if I'm not interested in you in that kind of way, I'm not going to be offering to buy, if I don't have no conversation that I'm looking to have with you, no, I'm not going to do that. Let him do it. I'm not a simp. People spend too much time worrying about other people. You ever heard people say, mind the business that pays you? Mind the business that pays you. I've had people make little sly remarks, little slick disses. First of all, if you have somebody who's going to try to make a sly remark about something you're wearing, and you look good, everybody knows you look good. They can't even compliment you first. If the first thing come out of their mouth is a little slick diss, that's the jealous one in your group. They will identify themselves 100% of the time, folks. That is the jealous one in the group. You got to recognize these people. Why is it important for you to recognize these people? Because you never know. People would do some shit behind your back, man. They would do some foul shit behind your back before they be drilling holes in the boat you're rowing. You got to understand. You got to recognize who these people are, folks. And you can't, and don't be in denial either. I don't care if it's your own relative. Don't be in denial. Because these people, before you know it, these people will fuck you up. It could probably take you several years to get back to where to the status that you've had due to some cold shit these people do to you or done behind your back. You got to be careful of these people. As soon as they started with the grandstanding or the little slick disses remarks and try to put it in a joke, those the ones. Now you got to keep your eyebrow up and keep that eye on them. Because that's the jealous one in the group. They've identified themselves. They are always the first to show up. So yes, watch your circle. Be careful of your circle. They may mean well, but they ain't gonna always mean well. So watch them. Be careful, folks. Just had a young lady murdered in Mexico, in Cabo. Murdered, folks. Six of her friends went on a trip with six of her friends, and within 24 hours of that being on that trip, she comes up murdered, dead. Now, let me share something with you. I'm pretty sure in that group, right, of those six people, I'm pretty sure that she had received sly, little slick joke remarks about her, even if to her face. I'm pretty sure she have gotten that from somebody in that group. I'm pretty sure she have gotten that prior to it getting to the level where she end up dead, going on a trip with these same friends. So you recognize who these people are. Somebody, I don't care, somebody in that group, folks, is going to show up and let you know that they are the jealous one in that group. If you know you have a drop dead, fine looking ass outfit on, or you at dinner with people, you look across the table, you see somebody whispering in the other people's ear, and as soon as they do it, the ear they whistling to looks right over at you when they do it. You know what time it is. Let's call a spade, folks. You know what time it is. That's the jealous one in your group. That's the jealous one in your group. Gotta watch them and spend less time as possible around them. Everybody have a different walk of life, folks. What's a blessing for them was not meant to be a blessing for you. You need to find out your own blessing. You need to find your own calling. You need to find out why you are put on this earth. If I'm making sense to you guys, put a hell yeah in the comments. These people are like savages. I'm telling you, you got to watch your back, folks. You got to watch out for these people. They will identify themselves. Listen, folks, the universe will whisper before it holler. You hear me? The universe whispers before it hollers. A third time, the universe whispers before it hollers. When you have people trying to make little slick jokes, distance behind your back, folks, those are your haters. I mean, those are the jealous people. They've identified themselves. And let me tell you the worst kind of jealous people. The worst kind are the ones who already have success. They probably have more success than you. They're probably already ahead of you and still jealous. You have some people who have massive success, right? But they ain't got no swag. See, the swag is what takes you further than the success. The swag would give you success on top of success and then some more success. So you got to watch out who these people are, folks. They will identify themselves with the grandstanding and with the sly remarks they try to put in the joke. And then they always follow up with, I'm always messing. I'm just messing with you, man. You ain't messing with me, dude. You're jealous. You're jealous. I'm just bullshit. That's all you do is bullshit. That's why you only where you are, because you bullshit too much. Man, you know you my boy, man. If I'm your boy, then what was the slick this one remarkable about? You guys gotta understand, folks. Know your people around you. If you can't change the people you're with, then you must change the people you're with. Simple. Simple. The universe whispers before it hollers. The grandstanding, the little slick diss remarks in the joke, that's the universe whispering. The universe is letting you know, okay, the jealous one has been identified. Now it's up to you how you're going to move from that point. It's on you how you should move from that point. Got to be careful, folks. How they say, got to be more careful. My man Gerald Smith said sometimes you got to clean your so-called house of friends. Just right. You got to do some humanized spring cleaning. Got to be more careful. That's right. Got to be more careful. That's right. That's right, Nikki. That's right. So, folks, they'll let you know up front. They will let you know. Now, some of y'all got friends like that. Brother Ronald Lott, my fellow techite. Mm. Mm. You guys see what Ronald Lott just said? His jealous folks showed up when he got sober. Ooh-wee. When he got sober. So as long as he was not sober, they had nothing bad to say about him. And that's another thing too, folks. Let me tell you something. I said the grandstanding is that you know that jealous person is jealous with the grandstanding. And I mentioned the sly jokes, the slick jokes. But the third point I want to make is no matter how successful you are, they always want to remind you of your past. I remember you ain't had this. I remember you was wearing that. I remember you couldn't do this. You want a comeback for that, folks? Want me to give you a comeback for that? Just tell them, listen, since it appears that you're more obsessed with my past, why don't you write a book about it? I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Since you're so obsessed with my past, why don't you write a book about it? Because my past is my past. I can see that my past is your future. So why don't you write a book about it? Got to be careful, folks. The universe whispers before it hollers. As soon as you get people to come around you, they're supposed to be your friends, and they start doing these things, slick remarks in a joke. Sometimes they don't be in a joke. They try to do it subliminally. Or the grandstanding. or they've tried to remind you, trying to throw your past in your face, they've already identified to you that they are the jealous ones in your group. They've identified themselves. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing, and this is a metaphor. Let's say someone is jealous of how I'm dressing. I go to business, I wear the nicest suits or whatever. Instead of being jealous, why don't you come and talk to me and talk about how do you put it together? I would talk to you about your neckties, your pocket squares. See, most men don't know, and I say this all the time. I'll probably put this as a quote for tomorrow. Every man should know at least 3 different knots to tie in his tie, and 5 different folds for his pocket square. Every man should know at least 3 different knots to tie in his necktie, and at least 5 different folds for his pocket square. I know 6 different knots to tie in my necktie from the top of my head, from memory. 6 different knots to tie in my necktie. What I have right here is called a full Windsor. Why do I tie this full? You got to understand there's a purpose for each necktie knot. The reason why I have a full Windsor in this necktie is because of the width of my collar. If I did a half Windsor, the knot, the triangle would be a little bit smaller, and it would be space between the tie and the collar. You guys understand what I'm saying? So what I do is put a full Windsor knot. That's what the full Windsor is for. Another knot that would go good right here, which is more fancier, is called an eldridge knot. It takes about a minute or 2 to tie that knot. You got to look it up. You can look it up. It's a real fancy knot. An eldridge knot will fit here too. You have your forehand and you have your double forehand. Double forehand is the tie wraps around and it has a layer underneath the double forehand. So I know 6 different knots to tie my necktie. This type of knot right here is called a 4-point. It's called a 4-point. Yeah, you see the points here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And fellas, don't be buying those pre-folded pocket squares. That's fake. Don't buy no fake pocket squares. Learn how to fold your pocket square. Be a gentleman. Learn how to fold your pocket square. This is a 4-point pocket square. I know how to tell. Last night, if you look at our photos, my recent pictures in my suit, I had a black suit with a gold necktie with a stripe and a pocket square that was gold with a stripe. I had what is called a wing puff pocket square. You can take a look at that. It's called a wing puff. I know I tie a scallop. Scallops is mostly better with a bigger pocket square. Is a fold called a scallop. I know 5. I know if you need to know 5, I know 8 pocket square folds by heart. If I want to go beyond that, I have to research it to learn how to fold it to add to that number. But I know 6 different knots to tie my necktie, and I know 8 different folds for my pocket square. Don't buy these fake pocket squares, guys. They come already folded and it has a little cardboard underneath you. All you have to do is set it down. That ain't gentleman. Learn how to fold your pocket square. So when you have a guy who's jealous of that versus a guy who may say, you know what? I like how you put your stuff together, man. Teach me some of this stuff. Now you're on point. Now you're on board with upgrading yourself. See, jealousy doesn't do nothing but keep you back, folks. It keeps you back. The energy is not even called for. Energy is not even called for. Okay, and yes, you can go to YouTube and learn these ties in your folds. You can go on YouTube and learn them. And my queen just talked about the presidential fold in your pocket square. the fan and the rose. I'm not the much of I can do a fan, but I'm not a I can do a flower pocket square fold too. So the presidential is your conservative one. If you ever see a pocket square, you just see the little white line across it. That's a presidential fold. That's the easiest one to do. So with that being said, folks, so I've gotten the success in my life because I talk to people. I didn't sit back and say, "Oh man, that nigga think he all that." Oh, he ain't doing nothing. And then try to go and try to throw some slick disses out there. I didn't do that. I reached out to him and said, "Hey man, I want to learn this. What book are you reading? What did you do to get to this point? What do I need to do? This is where I am. This is what I'm working on. What would you suggest?" Go and talk to people. Break the ice with people. Get yourself to the next level, because you can only get yourself to the next level through other people, folks. This is how you get mentors, because mentors will choose you when they see that you're doing what you can to get to the next level. They will help you. Everybody needs a mentor. Les Brown said it perfectly. We need people to mentor us because it's hard to see the picture when you're in the frame. You need somebody on the outside looking at you and say, "Hey man, do this. Hey man, do it this way. Try it this way." That's what makes us better, by reaching out to better people. Don't be jealous of them, because the more you are, more attention you are actually giving to them. It's by other people who might not have noticed them. Now the people who didn't notice them are interested in them. Now the ladies that come around you and your boys that you try to grandstand against, but you grandstanded, now you done brought her attention to the guy that you tried to shoot down. Now she want him. You done set these two people up to date, and you didn't even know you did it. You did it with your jealousy. You guys see how the universe operates? It whispers before it hollers. And that's why the jealousy goes to another level, because the jealousy level that they operating on didn't work. It didn't phase the individual. So what happened is, since it didn't phase the individual, it went to another level. Because now they're going to try more effort in their jealousy. Then that don't work. They go up to another level, and this the jealousy gets worse, folks. So that's why you got to acknowledge and recognize these people in your groups. Hating, jealousy, all of that. Recognize them. Because if you don't recognize them, or you ignore them, or just be in denial, they can eventually bring you some harm, folks. I'm not just talking about physical harm. They can just bring you a different type of harm, to a point where they do something or say something so foul about you that their jealousy can actually succeed. Gotta be careful. You got to be careful. I've been a victim of that 3 too many times. I've actually been a victim of that from people who were actually multimillionaires. I'm like, man, you a millionaire. What the fuck you jealous of me for? I'm getting to that status. You already there. What are you jealous of me for? So, folks, you got to watch them. This is a different type of motivational power talk I'm having with you guys tonight. Because tonight I'm really talking to you guys from experience. Most of the time, I mean, I'm always talking to you guys about experience, but this is something that I really need to have a conversation with y'all. I really do. It's dangerous out there, folks. I was with my queen last night, and we had our friend Nikki with us last night. And one thing they said that stuck: there are a lot of demons out there. There are a lot of demons out there. And there are a lot of people living with those demons. Dark spirits. When they show you who they are, you better know how to move accordingly from that point on. It could be it could come to your demise. It could even come to your death. You gotta watch them. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Folks, I'm gonna ask you guys I'm gonna shut down. I want you guys to do me 4 favors. First favor is to turn those TVs off, pick up some books, start reading. Get yourself to another level of intelligence. Get yourself to another level of intelligence, so you can have success like my friend Phyllis Smith. She owned 2 companies. Got a nice house with a pool right over in Orlando. Success. Black woman. Stop spending time trying to be entertained and put more time in being educated. Turn the TVs off. Unless you want to watch something educational, or occasionally watch a movie or something like that, but do it in moderation. Pick up some books. Try to read some books, folks. Try to read some books. Second favor, that is to like, share it, and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching from LinkedIn, I'm sorry. Shout out to my LinkedIn folks. What's up, LinkedIn folks? I'm sorry. I missed you guys earlier in the beginning. Shout out to my folks who are watching on LinkedIn as well. So folks, like, share, and subscribe. If this video wasn't for you, it's for somebody you know. Eat the meat, spit out the bone. Give it to somebody who say, hey, I know you just went through this, man. Check this video out. This might help. Share it. Okay. Thirdly, I want you guys to take a look at the bottom of the screen here. You see I got a Cash App sign there, $ J Hunter Lee. All I ask for is $20 or less in donations to the podcast. This is not for me. I'm okay with money. I'm not asking you for your money. This is our podcast. We conversate. We do this together. So make a small donation if you will. You don't have to. It's not required. Just asking if it's on your heart. Please donate $20 or less. Anything over $20, I will send it back, because I'm not asking for that much money. Only asking for $20 or less. I don't care if it's $2 or $3 or $5. $20 or less, folks. That's all I ask for. That's fair. I'm not, and soon I am going to have a curriculum where I will ask for more money, because I'm going to give you some sort of training. I'm going to have a small seminar on launching your business within 6 hours. I'm going to teach you that. I haven't put it together yet, because I got another big project that's in the fold that is almost at the end of completing before I give you this big announcement. So I am working on that. So stay tuned with that. So yes, donate if you can. This backdrop behind me, guess what? $80 of your donations contribute to this. I pay like about $300 for this. 80 of it, thanks to you. So yeah, that's all you're doing. Is I might need a light soon, a new camera, laptop down here. So that's all it's for, okay? And this backdrop is going to change soon, because the announcement is coming soon. So pretty soon you're going to get that announcement. I can't give you too much right now. All right. And my fourth favor, let me give you a drink here. My fourth favor, folks, is to sing like no one can hear you, dance like no one can see you, love like you've never been hurt, and live like it's heaven on earth. I'm Jay Hunter Lee. I love you, and the world needs you. So stop that damn texting and driving. Peace and blessings. Have a great day.